I don't know. Let's talk about it. Hey! So I talk about video games a lot in my spare time. Not even in my spare time, just like all the time. Which is weird because I don't even like games that much. Why do I know so much about them? Why? It stands to reason that I would go ahead and talk about them to people who might listen, please. My siblings are so tired of hearing me talk. Oh, they have a difficult home life. They have a lot of opinions on games for someone who doesn't strictly enjoy or like games that much. Jokes. I like games. I do. I just don't like gamers. Yeah, I hate all y'all. You're just like, games are a serious medium. We should criticize them as such. It's real art. We deserve a real critique. But when someone has the gall to do that, to be like, okay, well this game has some pretty seriously homophobic subtext and text, and it's actually pretty racist and misogynistic. Yeah, how not like that? Well, you said you wanted real criticism. Yeah. So I'm sure there's a lot of people who would resent that, the implication that gamers can't handle real critique. That includes me. I think you can handle it. Let's test it. Gonna be borrowing from my Twitter thread today from a long time ago. April. It's all about Nintendo's really weird thing with brown people. Like, let me be clear, I like Nintendo. I do. I'm grateful for Ocarina of Time. Breath of the Wild was also fine. It was no Ocarina of Time. Like, they can't do another Ocarina of Time. Do you think we deserve another Ocarina of Time? No. So Nintendo, you're weird about brown people. Especially brown women. By brown, I'm talking like sort of general brown. Like, I am brown. I'm black, but I'm, brown. We're talking about brown and black. I've always liked Nintendo games, but are we gonna pretend that the representation of black and brown women in these things aren't really weird? Let's talk about the Gerudo race. First of all, it's messed up that the game's main antagonist is a brown man. That's bad. That's objectively bad. But look at the Gerudo women. Why do they look like that? That's fine, but to rehash something I've said before, media not vacuum. Brown and black women, we already have a weird relationship with femininity as it is. We're not considered feminine. Well, my wrist snapped. We are not considered feminine when compared to our lighter counterparts. Lightness is feminine. Wrong, but that's the case. Having the only dark-skinned race in Legend of Zelda be like these huge bodybuilders, these giant stacked beasts, these absolute units? Hate it. What? Why? And this is deliberate, okay? There's no way it isn't. You don't just make your brown women huge just nonchalantly. I'm not saying that there is any ill intent, but there's intent, and there's more than likely some fetishization. A quick Google search will get you to articles and blog posts where brown women explain it much better than I ever could, so get on that. Moving on, ARMS. Cool game. Let's talk about the women. Look at these female characters. Diverse, colorful, fun. Now look at Twintel. Do I have to say it? I'm not saying she doesn't look good or that they have to change her. I'm not saying that. I think personally she looks great. These be bloody shoes. I'm just saying, if you look up ARMS Twintel, the second search option is ARMS Twintel Thiak. And even if you choose the first one, you get a lot of screenshots of her ass. I love the way Twintel looks. These be bloody shoes. But context. Japan and the rest of the world kind of has a thing with anti-blackness and of fetishizing our body types. Black women's body type. Twintel is not an example of body positivity. It's just another instance of Nintendo being weird. God, don't look at me, Nintendo. Finally, the worst one. Marina from Splatoon 2. It's pretty much a given that all the squidlings are children. Obviously? Yeah? Cool. So, does anyone see a difference between the other Squid Kids and even Marina's co-host Pearl and Marina? Let's take a look. Yup. Cute. Yup. Why is she the only one showing her midriff? The only one with breasts? Y'all see what I'm getting at? Y'all kind of see the picture? What I'm going for here? Why I'm so, made constantly uncomfortable as a black woman who likes games? This stuff is, traumatic. I'm glad I'm old. Kids who see this? Splatoon's a kid's game! Oh my god! There are little kids looking at this. Okay? Children to whom these games are mostly marketed. How's a black or brown girl gonna feel looking at Marina, looking at Twintel, looking at the Gerudo women? What? When one of the, if not the, biggest gaming companies sees you and the people who look like you as nothing but, full-figured sex pots, it's hard not to feel dehumanized with every new Nintendo release. And like I said, I love Nintendo, I can't escape it, but they don't make it easy. So when you say that you love the way the Gerudo women look, or that you love Twintel, or you love Marina, ask yourself why. Especially if you're not black or brown, why? Think about how they all have brown skin and all stand out from the rest of the people in their respective games. Think about why Nintendo felt the need to make them look the way they do. Just, be critical. Just open your eyes. Open them. Yuck.